As we continue our stewardship campaign, I would like to invite the McKibbins to come forward and share a little bit about why they choose to financially support the ministries of Westerville Community United Church of Christ. And as they make their way forward, I remind you that members of our stewardship committee are making themselves available in the fellowship hall after worship for the next several weeks to answer any of your questions, because there's always a saying about how the sausage is made. And let me tell you that our congregation prides ourselves on transparency, so please come and bring your questions to the folks from our stewardship committee.
Good morning. Hi. I'm Amy McKibbin. This is my husband, Ben, and we were invited to share a little bit about stewardship and what this church means to us.
Well, to be fair, you were invited, and then I was instructed to do this.
All right, well, first, I want to share that we were married right here in this sanctuary 17 years ago this week. So this church was, and it continues to be, foundational to our life together.
Now, last week, Heather talked about this house of worship as her spiritual home, and we couldn't agree more. It was right there that we made promises to each other, and we celebrated communion with our family in a ring around this very table.
So for even longer than we've been married, I have been an English teacher. So when I was asked to talk about what stewardship means, my first inclination was, well, look up where the word itself comes from and start there.
Ooh, I got this. So we just need to break the word down into its parts. Stew sits right over there at the piano. Ward, it's like that part of toward or forward, so like heading towards something or in the direction of or something like that. And ship, like a boat. So stewardship, a boat headed for stew. Stewardship. Right?
So the word steward comes from the Old English, stig, meaning hall or pen for cattle or part of the house, and weird.
You're weird.
Weird meaning guard, and ship meaning the condition of. So literally, stewardship is the condition of guarding the house. And I think of it as like protecting or shoring up something that's worth caring for or something that's worth preserving.
And with that definition, which seems infinitely better than mine, the farm boy in me can't help but think about the Gospel of John, when Jesus appears to the disciples after the resurrection and asks Peter 3 times if Peter loves him. And each time Peter says, yes, of course I love you. And Jesus' 3 responses to Peter: then feed my lambs, take care of my sheep, feed my sheep. Stewardship is about continuing the work of the Good Shepherd, caring for his people and providing for them in response to God's grace and love poured out through his Son.
So for us, stewardship is our effort to feed Jesus' sheep. Here in this place where God is still speaking, we can pour out our time, our money, our energy into caring for his house and his people. Thank you.